Welcome to the official video overview for the IPO of Goric Fashions Limited. We are engaged in the retail and distribution business of fashion and lifestyle brands in India, with a network of 59 stores across 14 states and union territories as of March 31st, 2026. Disclaimer: this video is directed at and is intended for distribution to and use by residents of India only. You are viewing this video on the basis that you have confirmed your representation, agreement, and acknowledgement to the book running lead managers, BRLMs, and the company that 1. You are the intended recipient of this video, and 2. You are located in India. If you are not permitted to view this video or are in any doubt as to whether you are permitted to view this video, please exit this video. Caution: investors are advised not to rely on any other document, content, or information provided in respect to the public issue on the internet, /online websites, /social media platforms, /microblogging platforms by finfluencers. Investors are advised to rely only on the information contained in the offer document and price band advertisement for making any investment decision. The equity shares have not been and will not be registered under the United States Securities Act of 1933, as amended, the U.S. Securities Act, or any other applicable law of the United States, and, unless so registered, may not be offered or sold within the United States except pursuant to an exemption from, or in a transaction not subject to, the registration requirements of the U.S. Securities Act and applicable state securities laws. Accordingly, the equity shares are being offered and sold outside the United States in compliance with regulation under the U.S. Securities Act and the applicable laws of the jurisdictions where those offers and sales are made. This video provides only the salient features of the initial public offering of Goric Fashions Limited, and accordingly, potential investors should not rely on this video. Any decision on whether to invest in the equity shares must be made solely on the basis, the red herring prospectus, to be filed in relation to the offer when available. Any potential investor should note that investment in equity shares involves a high degree of risk, and for details relating to such risks, see the section titled Risk Factors, beginning on page 29 of the draft red herring prospectus and the draft abridged prospectus. For a concise summary of the company's business, risks, financials, and other information, refer to the draft abridged prospectus uploaded with the DRHP. The company, promoters, and BRLMs, and their respective affiliates, directors, officers, agents, representatives, advisors, and employees, do not accept any liability whatsoever, direct or indirect, that may arise from the use of the information contained in this video. Any such posts, including on social media platforms, may be illegal in certain jurisdictions, and only certain categories of persons may be authorized to access such information. Such posts, including on social media platforms, do not constitute an offer or solicitation of an offer or any advice or recommendation to purchase, sell, or transact in any of the company's securities. Investors are advised to wait for the red herring prospectus to be filed in relation to the offer for making any investment decision. This video is posted solely to comply with Indian legal and regulatory requirements. Making the information contained herein available in electronic format does not constitute an offer to sell, the solicitation of an offer to buy, or a recommendation to buy or sell securities of the company in the United States or in any other jurisdiction, including without limitation, India. Any other information contained in, or that can be accessed via our website, does not constitute a part of this video, since the same is not authorized, /approved, /commissioned, /paid by the company, or its directors, /K, MPs, or S, MPs in any manner. Investors are advised to read the draft red herring prospectus along with draft abridged prospectus dated May 10th, 2026 before taking an investment decision on the offer. Goric Fashions Limited's IPO consists of a fresh issue of up to 6.2 million equity shares of face value rupees 10 each, including a share premium of rupees per equity share, offer price, and an offer for sale of up to 0.8 million equity shares of face value rupees 10 each by certain shareholders, collectively referred to as the investor selling shareholders or selling shareholders. Such sale, the offer for sale, and together with the fresh issue, the offer. The total offer size is up to 7.0 million equity shares of face value rupees 10 each. Our company Goric Fashions Limited was incorporated on March 24th, 2017 and has its registered office at first floor, rear portion, Block A, Center for Indian Classical Dance, CICD, Gulmohar Park, Hauz Khas, New Delhi 110016, India, with its corporate office at 1867, Hennur 4th and 5th floor, 5th block, 1st stage, HBR layout, Bengaluru 560043, Karnataka, India. For further details, see History and Certain Corporate Matters. Brief history of our company on page 189 of the DRHP. Goric Group has established itself as a retail partner for Skechers in India, with 4 of the brand's top 10 highest revenue-generating stores operated by the company for the period from January 2025 to February 2026. Further, Goric Group has established itself as the dominant franchise partner for Guess in India, operating 20 out of 29 stores and playing a pivotal role in the brand's retail presence in the country. Further, Goric Group has exclusive distribution rights for brands like Bugatti, TT, Bhagat and Sweaty Betty. The information in this section has been obtained or derived from the report titled Assessment of Retail Industry in India with Focus on Franchise and Licensing Model, CRISIL Report, which was issued in May 9, 2026, prepared by CRISIL Limited, CRISIL. Our company commissioned CRISIL to prepare the CRISIL report specifically for the purpose of confirming our understanding of the industry exclusively in connection with the offer pursuant to an engagement letter in August 2025. For further details, please read chapter titled Industry Overview on page number 135 of the DRHP. We are engaged in the retail and distribution business of fashion and lifestyle brands in India, with a network of 59 stores across 14 states and union territories as of March 31st, 2026. We are associated with globally recognized brands, spanning the mass and mid-market to luxury segments across the categories of footwear, apparel, and accessories. Through our curated brand portfolio, we offer a comprehensive range of products across these categories of various brands such as Skechers, Guess, and Bugatti, and Sweaty Betty, addressing varied consumer preferences across fashion and lifestyle needs. Our integrated business model, spanning both retail and distribution operations, enables us to build brand partnerships with a focus on globally recognized and aspirational brands that resonate with urban, brand-conscious consumers seeking quality, comfort, and contemporary design. Our subsidiary, Nuvora Retail Private Limited, holds exclusive distribution rights in India for Bugatti, and our company holds exclusive distribution rights for the brand Sweaty Betty, strengthening our position in the premium segment. We also have non-exclusive distribution arrangements with brands such as Luxottica and Shrey. We have established our presence across India through stores located at strategic, high-footfall locations across cities, including leading malls such as DLF Mall of India, Noida, Select City Walk, Saket, New Delhi, DLF Cyber Hub, Gurugram, DLF Promenade, Vasant Kunj, New Delhi, Nexus Ahmedabad 1, Ahmedabad, and Inorbit Mall, Cyberabad, Hyderabad, and others. As on March 31st, 2026, we operated a network of 59 stores under the franchise-owned and franchise-operated FOFO model and company-owned and company-operated COCO model, the details of which are given below. Operational key performance indicators of our company are given below. For further details, please read chapter titled Our Business on page number 159 of the DRHP. Investors should note following important risks. 1. A significant portion of revenue is derived from the stores of Skechers. Any adverse developments in our relationship with the brand or in its market performance could materially and adversely affect our business, results of operations, and financial condition. 2. Majority of our revenue from operations is derived from the sale of footwear. Any variations in demand and change in customer preferences for these products could have an adverse impact on our business, financial condition, and cash flows. 3. A significant portion of our revenue from operations is derived from the northern region of India. Any loss of business from this region may adversely affect our results of operations and profitability. 4. The statutory auditor of one of our subsidiaries, namely Goric South Private Limited, is currently not cooperating, which may adversely affect our financial reporting, compliance, and business operations. 5. Our proposed expansion plans for opening stores are subject to the risk of unanticipated delays in implementation and cost overruns, and causing a material adverse effect on its business, financial condition, and results of operations. For further details, please read chapter titled Risk Factors on page number 29 of the DRHP. As on the date of this draft red herring prospectus, Vishnu Pillai, Rajesh Dudi, Swati Sinha, and Isha Dudi are the promoters of our company. The details of the shareholding of our promoters of our company, as on the date of this draft red herring prospectus, have been provided below. The promoters together hold 13.03 million equity shares of face value of rupees 10 each, aggregating to 63.45% of the pre-offer paid-up capital. For further details, please read chapter titled Our Promoters and Promoter Group and Capital Structure History of the Share Capital Held by the Promoters, Build-up of Promoters' Shareholding in our company, on page number 217 and 87 respectively of the DRHP. The investor selling shareholder is Ares Opportunities Fund Limited, who holds 6.67 million equity shares of face value rupees 10 each, aggregating to 32.50% of the pre-offer equity share capital. Our company will not receive any proceeds from the offer for sale, and the proceeds received from the offer for sale will not form part of the net proceeds. As on the date of this draft red herring prospectus, our board comprises 6 directors, including 3 executive directors and 3 non-executive independent director, including women directors. For further details, please read chapter titled Our Management on page number 200 of the DRHP. Goric Fashions Limited's revenues from operations stood at approximately 2,205.86 million rupees, with an EBITDA of approximately 529.46 million rupees and an EBITDA margin of approximately 26.14% for the period ended December 31st, 2025. The company registered a PAT of approximately 173.25 million rupees, reflecting a PAT margin of approximately 8.55% for the period ended December 31st, 2025. For any further details of our financial performance indicators, see Management's Discussion and Analysis of Financial Condition and Results of Operations, Key Performance Indicators and Non-GAAP Financial Measures on page 231 of the DRHP. There are outstanding legal proceedings involving our company, directors, and subsidiaries. Any adverse decision in such proceedings may have adverse effect on our business, results of operations, and financial condition. For further details, please read chapter titled Outstanding Litigations and Real Developments on page number 267 of the DRHP. The offer comprises the fresh offer of up to 6.20 million equity shares of face value of rupees 10 each, aggregating up to rupees million by our company, and the offer for sale of up to 0.80 million equity shares of face value of rupees 10 each, aggregating up to rupees million by the investor selling shareholders. Our company proposes to utilize the net proceeds towards funding the following objects. 1. Setting up of new 6 stores for Skechers by the company A. Funding capital expenditure towards setting up of new stores. B. Funding initial inventory for new stores. 2. Investment in our wholly owned subsidiary, namely Goric Lifestyle Private Limited, by way of debt for setting up new 7 stores for Guess. 3. Investment in our subsidiary, Nuvora Retail Private Limited, by way of debt for setting up new 5 stores and funding initial inventory for Bugatti. 4. Repayment or prepayment, in full or in part, of certain borrowings availed by our company. 5. Investment in our subsidiaries, namely Goric Lifestyle Private Limited and Nuvora Retail Private Limited, for repayment/prepayment, in full or in part, of all or a portion of certain of their outstanding borrowings. And 6. General corporate purposes. For further details, please read chapter titled Objects of the Offer on page number 97 of the DRHP. In terms of Rule 19(2)(b) of the SCRR, the offer is being made through the book building process, in compliance with Regulation 31 of the SEBI ICDR regulations. Not more than 50% of the net offer shall be available for allocation to QIB bidders. Not less than 15% of the net offer shall be available for allocation to non-institutional bidders, and not less than 35% of the net offer shall be available for allocation to retail individual bidders. The equity shares will be listed on the B, SE and NSE. Credora Partners Private Limited and Unistone Capital Private Limited are the book-running lead managers to the offer. The book-running lead managers associated with the offer have handled 32 public issues in the past 3 years, out of which 5 issues closed below the offer price on listing date. For further details, please read chapter titled Other Regulatory and Statutory Disclosures and Price Information of Past Issues Handled by the BRLMs on page number 278 and 285 of the DRHP. Disclaimer. Investments in equity and equity-related securities involve a degree of risk, and investors should not invest any funds in the offer unless they can afford to take the risk of losing their entire investment. Please read the draft red herring prospectus, along with draft abridged prospectus dated May 10, 2026, and any corrigendum or addendums thereto. Potential investors should rely on the RHP to be filed with the Registrar of Companies for making any investment decision. For risk factors, please refer to page 29 of the DRHP. For financial information, please refer to page 225 of the DRHP. For outstanding litigation, please refer to page 267 of the DRHP. Neither the company nor the promoters and investor selling shareholder are seeking an investment from you based on this video. This is a video for information purposes only and is not a promotional video and does not constitute an invitation or offer to acquire, purchase, or subscribe to the equity shares of the company. Potential investors should wait for the red herring prospectus to be filed in relation to the offer for making any investment decision.